एक दो ड्रेस अच्छी नहीं होगी बताने पिला बनाते बोलते अभी तक
Yes, good morning all. Hope you're all doing good by God's grace. Okay. So we have gone through computer, right? Many of us were there in the last class, yes? Can anyone tell me what is a computer? And what is a computer and what are characteristics of computer? Can anyone quickly revise? Yes? Yes, girls. Can anyone tell what is a computer and
Computer is an electronic device which plays
okay,
mathematical logic purpose.
okay.
And
What are the characteristics of computer?
Speed, accuracy,
accuracy,
Intelligence.
strength, versatility.
Yes,
versatility,
Nazneen, Masal,
and
yes,
memory.
Yasmin, very good. Like I could see you speaking. Now tell me what is the feature? Like briefly describe what is diligence. Briefly describe what is diligence.
A computer can perform millions of tasks or calculation with same accuracy and inconsistency.
Yes.
With no fatigueness. Yes or no?
Yes.
That is what you call it as diligence. Yes? What do you mean by accuracy?
Accuracy means 100%.
No errors.
No errors.
Yeah.
No
Yes.
inconsistency and no errors.
Yes, very good, Mariam. From Shalibanda. Now, what do you mean by no inconsistency? Please let me know.
Which includes errors and not 100% calculations, as well as not
Not
inaccuracy.
accurate result.
Which
It's called
no no no
inconsistent.
no which includes errors or which does not include errors?
Which
Which
include errors.
includes errors.
Include.
Inconsistency is the one which includes errors.
No, no.
Accurate.
Yes, ma'am.
Accuracy.
Accuracy means yeah.
It gives
Accuracy,
proper
no
output.
errors. What do you mean by consistency? Inconsistency.
Consistency means full correction, proper value, but inconsistency means incorrection, not proper value.
Yes, incorrectness in the data. Now let me know what is that we are using. What is the current technology we are using? Like as I said, number of generations have gone together. Now, what is the technology which we are using? Tell me. What is that called? Last we have discussed, na? What is that?
AI, artificial intelligence.
Very good, Sarah Beg. I think it is Sarah who has answered. Yes, very
Yes,
good.
ma'am.
I hope you are all understanding. Yes, girls. Any doubts
No
till
doubt.
yesterday? Okay. Okay. So today we'll resume with our class. Just give me still. I see people joining my class. Just give me couple of minutes. Not more than 1 to 2 minutes. I'll join you. Okay.
Okay,
I'm
ma'am.
here only. I'll start addressing you people. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Just go through all those things very quickly. Those who are not able to understand or any sort of issues, let me know. As 3 to 4 classes have been done. In computers, if you have any doubts, please let me know. So today we'll see about a block diagram of computer and we'll see like one after the other what is input storage. Okay, I'll show you the block diagram of computer, which would be like as we are not in the college, then showing the system practically is not feasible. So through some means I'll show you, like I'll share a slide where you could go through those things. Yeah, you could see the block diagram of a computer. Like in our day-to-day life, we are somehow connected to the systems. Do you agree or not? Yes, थोड़ा तो कुछ तो भी मालूम है अपने को, like keyboard क्या है, mouse क्या है. Yes, girls, are you aware or not? Let me know.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
Yes.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
you could see the things on your screen, like what is a computer, like block diagram of a computer. Where it consists generally, ma, you listen to me very carefully, which I'll be explaining one more time. What is that? Can you explain one more time about computer? Because okay, I'll do it later, not an issue. Yes, there is one girl asking what is a computer. Can you anyone please help out what is a computer and explaining her?
Yes, ma'am.
Please. Yeah, please explain.
A computer is an electronic device that accepts data from the user, processes it, produces results, displays them to the users, and stores the results for future usage.
And it plays
Okay.
arithmetic and logical operations.
Yes. Very
Computer
good.
came from the word
Computer-
compute, which means
Oh.
calculating.
Yes.
A
yes.
computer is a man-made machine. It
Yes.
works.
Very high speed.
Yes. Very good. Yes.
And it reduces the wastage of time.
And it varies
Yes. Yes. The speed accuracy varies from system to system. Yes.
A
Still?
computer has no intelligence of their own.
Yes, the
It means
computer is
human
not
intelligence.
intelligent. It is it is like we who have made the machine, the humans. So we have to give the instructions, and depending on the instructions given by us, if they are correct, then it will perform. Yes, very good. Still, it's like Seema, the girl who did not.
Computer is
Like
also called as data processor.
yes, very good. Yes, Sadia, very good. Like all I could see, Bay, Sarah, Bint, Yasmin answering very nicely. Very good girls. Yes. Yeah. So yes, so it is basically called as data processor. Kaiku data processor, because whatever the raw facts are there, that you call it as data, which will be converted, like which after processing will be converted into information. Okay, all the instructions converted to information, which is meaningful, which is useful for the user to go on further. So that is what you call it as data processor. Okay, so it is mostly used for computer. What it is used for? Yes, it's like what is an electronic device which does arithmetic, like addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and modular divisions, and logical means whenever you need to take some decision. Okay, today it is 20, tomorrow it could be 25 degrees of the cold. So when you are comparing, like in this 2 days in the last year, where so and so, yes or no, you are using some sort of comparisons and you are taking some decision. Then you call them as logical operations. Okay, like she scored the maximum, she scored the minimum, or the height of her is so and so.
It will show the range,
Yeah.
maximum or minimum.
Okay, so based on the relations, we take some.
Ma'am, you have muted your mic.
Yeah, what do you call such calculations? Pivot calculations bolte hai sir. Yes or no? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Now you could see the block diagram of a computer. Yes, see what is all there. If you could see, yes, speakers. First is here. It is the screen. Yes, microphones.
Ma'am, it is not showing.
It's not showing.
Showing.
Now
1
it's
minute, ma'am.
showing.
Okay, I have switched off again. I'm showing it. Okay, yeah. Now you could take it. Yes, you could see something over here. I want one of the girls to answer me. What could you
Yes,
see?
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Block diagram of computer.
Yes,
Yes,
it
ma'am.
is there. But what are all the things you could see? Just you one of you tell now. On
Speaker, monitor, CD,
Speaker,
DVD
computer,
drive, system unit,
board,
floppy disk
disk,
drive,
Mouse,
mouse,
printer.
disk device,
I
mouse.
don't know what
CD,
is
DVD
that.
devices.
Mouse.
okay. Hope it is visible to everybody also right there. Yes.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
So I want now. I want to this one. You have you taken screenshot?
Yes,
Please
ma'am.
make it.
Yes, ma'am.
You
Yes,
don't
ma'am.
ask again and again. Again, I'm going to share one screen.
Okay.
Yes, this is what I want to show you. The inside of a system unit. मैं करके रखी Yes, girls. What is that we are seeing? See, it is inside the cabinet or what you call it as CPU. Yes or no? अपने को
Yes.
ना बाहर मालूम. When you open the system, yes, you could see something like CPU chip, the slots for expansion, like for extending your memory, and other secondary storage devices like you could see, which are hard disks or whatever, and the
Yes, ma'am.
system board which makes the system work, and memory which is RAM. Okay, and the power supply. Yes, this is what you have to know what is inside. Okay, ma? Any
Yes,
doubts
ma'am.
in this? Okay.
No.
No, ma'am.
Okay. Now, are you happy with what exactly the system internally and externally? अपने को ना,
Yes.
we know what is keyboard, what is mouse, speakers. Yes, the screen we know. Screen or monitor, what you call, yes or no? Yes or no,
Yes,
girls?
ma'am.
So
Yes,
we know
ma'am.
that, and we know speakers. We know printer also we know, scanner also we know nowadays. But what
You.
exactly is internally? Yes, the CPU or the cabinet which you call, the processor inside. ठीक है ना? If you open, like these are the slots which you have. Yes or no?
Yes,
So
ma'am.
this is important. You keep a note of this for your understanding. Okay, 1 second. I'll up. Yes, I have muted you all and I'll start explaining. Yes, Habibunisa, please don't annotate. Habibunisa, stop doing that. Yes, girls, I'm here. Sorry for that. It has been 1 minute, I guess. Yeah, I wasted that. Not an issue because I was having another to be resolved. Just a moment. I'm here only. Yes, Zainab, what is the time now? Yes, Zainab, what is the time now? Huh? Yes, girls. So before even to the generation of computers, like till now, till today, we have 5 generations of computer, like where each generation use some technology like vacuum tubes or transistors, or you call them as, what do you say, artificial intelligence, which is going on today. Yes, so the chips, what you can call, every generation has used some or the other. Before going even into generations, let us know what exactly is a computer. Okay, so now if you could see, there is something CPU in between. Yes, input unit, output unit, the storage devices. Girls, here the links are very important. See, from the storage device, it is going to the control unit, and from control unit, it is going to, what is it, the input. Okay, the input is nothing but the data or instructions which we are giving to the system. Okay, first, apne ko kya malum hai, we don't know. Prior, if you could see, always what happens, ma, whatever is going, it will be going into the storage unit. Whatever the instructions or data is being fed into the computer, either manually or through some means, first it goes into the storage device, then the things are taken by the control unit. Okay, why control unit is, now if I want to say which processor is empty, कौन सा processor is not doing work, and to which processor the work has to be allocated. इससे पहले भी I want to tell you one more important thing. um, if you have noticed, girls, whenever you switch on the system, there will be some beep sound. Yes or no? That beep sound is nothing but it is a caution to the all the peripheral devices, or to the system, entire system, from the operating system, to be ready that you are going to be assigned a task. Get ready yourself. जैसा अपन link भेजे तो you are getting ready. Yes or no? So that beep sound, like it is making the system alert that you get ready with whatever the task you are going to be assigned, so that we could process and give back the information, or whatever you call it as output. Okay, so now control unit is nothing but what it does, like it takes, it makes which processor, it allocates the processor. It is a major component which you could say, and it helps majorly in functioning of the central processing unit, and in turn it runs the whole computer. Okay, so you in MS, you know, like you have supervisors or coordinators for every block where they'll be guiding you. Yes or no? So the same way here, control unit also, which controls the system, it works as a supervisor, or you could say as a monitor in the system. It supervises and controls all the activities of various functional units of the computer. ठीक है ना? So I think ये ना अपने को पहले मालूम होना चाहिए. We don't know, like system is processing, but how? Most of us are not aware. What I want to say is, whenever we give input, first it is directly not given to the processor. It is taken by the storage devices, from where it is forwarded to the control unit, where the control unit is the supervisor or the monitor, which checks with all the issues of the system, and then allocates to ALU. Here, ALU stands for arithmetic and logical unit. Yes, Jaisa अपन सोचे, what is arithmetic unit and logical unit? I have been telling for the past few days what is arithmetic unit and what is logical unit. Arithmetic, if any sort of mathematical calculations, well and fine. Then arithmetic unit, see girls, now अपने को CPU मालूम, well and fine. Even ALU also now you are knowing it. But arithmetic logic unit consists of 2 units in general. What is that? Arithmetic unit, फिर logical unit. Yes or no? Arithmetic unit takes all the sort of mathematical calculations. Logical unit takes all sort of logical calculations. I hope you are all understanding. Yes. So this is what it happens. Then after doing all these things, again the data is given back to, yes, the data is given back to control unit, then to storage. Yes, whether it has to be retained temporarily or permanently. Whenever you are closing or opening documents, what will happen? At last, when you are closing all the things, yes, it will prompt you whether to save the work which we have done or not. Yes or no, girls? Have you seen all these things? Yes. So whether to be stored for further process, for further retrieving, getting back the things once again is called as retrieving. Then the output is given for you. The arrow mark says everything for you if you could understand. Yes, Kaisa, like it's introduction to computer system, how the system works. Dekho, input units are nothing but keyboard or mouse, probably even at times scanner also can be taken as an input device. Yes, then you have a central processing unit where it consists of storage, control unit, and AU, arithmetic unit, and LU, logic unit, and then the output device. Output devices could be probably most of the times the monitor or the screen which you see. And if you want any report to be taken on a paper, then it could be a printer. Yes or no, girls? Yes. So now I'll elaborate each and every unit of the system. Yes, the first one, input unit. First, for the computer to perform or to make something, and moreover, a typical computer system, irrespective of whatever the system is, वो बड़ा रहने दो, at prior, before this generation, LCDs and LEDs, you have like a big one, yes or no? बड़ा screen रहता था, monitor, which you call. So a typical computer system, irrespective of its size or the class or type, it consists of hardware. कौन सा भी बड़ा रहने दो, छोटा रहने दो, yes or no? It consists of, the system consists of hardware, software, integrated, where both are combined together to perform computation work, or what you call it as data processing. Yes or no, girls? So if you could see the first, the computer anatomy. Yes, one important word, computer anatomy. Anatomy means entire structure. Okay, so is concerned with the way the various functional units operate and how they are connected to each other. Yes, ma, you can leave and join. You can. So a computer consists of the following units, functional units, beta. Okay. In fact, rather than saying it as units, the computer system consists of the following functional units. What are they? The first one is input unit. Yes, so the computer needs to retrieve data and instructions. Yes, input unit, let me be very clear. As the computer processes the data according to the instructions given to it, and it produces the results. So the input unit is used to feed the data into the computer as well as the instructions to the computer. Yes. So what is the function of the input device, input unit? Like the computer needs to process according to the instructions which are being fed into the computer by the programmer or the user. So अगर ऐसा है तो the input unit is taking care of the instructions which are being fed, which the computer needs to process. So the commonly used input devices are keyboard, mouse, scanner, joystick. Yes or no? Yes, these are the most commonly used input devices. Okay, so To be more particular, what does the input unit do? The input unit accepts or reads. Girls, here I want to be very particular when I am telling. एक बात ध्यान से सुनो आप. हम कुछ दे रहे. When I'm something is here on your screen, you are reading it. Yes or no? Now you are reading. After some time, the same slide you are writing again on your book. Do you agree or not? So, when I am giving the instructions, the computer reads. Yes? When after processing, the computer writes, the user reads. The input is written, is displayed by the computer, where the programmer or the user reads. Don't get confused. So input का मतलब क्या है? The input unit accepts or reads the list of data from the user. Yes or no? And it converts the data and instructions into computer acceptable form. Then, after getting converted into computer acceptable form, it supplies the converted data and instructions to the computer system for further processing. Yes. Now, at times, where there was problem in understanding, even now also, if one of the central ministers or PM visits South India, especially the villages, they don't understand Hindi. Yes or no? Though it is a national language. What happens? There will be one person in middle who will be acting as a mediator in between both the parties, like the person who is addressing and the person who is listening, and the persons who are listening. It could be one or more than one, but both parties should communicate. In short, what I want to share is, if both parties need to communicate where both are not aware of each language, then what happens? There will be some sort of interface, madhyam, media. In computer terminology, you call it as a translator or a compiler or an interpreter or an assembler. Please make note of all these points, girls. जो माध्यम रहता ना, like converting the things what we are giving and what the system needs to be taken. Again, like system always understands the language of zeros and ones only. कंप्यूटर का 0 and 1 ही मालूम होता है. Whatever you give, the computer understands the binary language. Binary 0 and 1. Girls, अभी तक तो ये याद रखो, because what is that? I'll explain one after the other. Don't get confused. So now coming back, what does the input unit do? Whatever the data is being given by the user, it is converted into machine understandable form. Yes, I hope you are all understanding. Rather than to be more elaborate, the input is converted into machine understandable form for processing by the system. Am I clear, girls? Okay. The next one, if you could see, is the central processing unit. Okay, CPU, which you call it as processing or processor. So what are the components of a CPU? The storage device, the control unit, and the AU and LU, integratedly ALU. Not our potato which you eat, aloo. It's arithmetic and logic unit. Okay, so now coming to CPU, what is it? It performs all the calculations. Yes. All these units combined together make a CPU. What are they? Control unit, arithmetic logic unit, and the storage is combined, integrated. You call it as a CPU. CPU is like a brain of a computer. Yes. Like, see, without brain, immediately science में परसों तक पढ़े होंगे ना 10th class में भी. We have all seen that, like action and reaction. When there is mosquito biting or something, there will be some sort of senses from the brain, and we even get scoldings like use your brain or dimag nahi hai kya, etc., etc., because it is through brain which we get senses and then we work. Similarly, even the CPU here is considered as the brain of the computer. What does it do? It performs all the calculations. It takes all the decisions. Calculations is nothing but beta, arithmetic unit, all the decisions, logical unit, and it controls all the units of the computer, which is nothing but your control unit. I hope you are all understanding. CPU ka three lines mein dekho what they are saying. Like, it performs all the calculations. All the calculations is nothing but arithmetic unit. It takes all the logical decisions, which is nothing but logical unit. And it controls all the units of the computer, which is nothing but control unit. Yes or no? Do you agree? So it is also called as the CPU. Yes, Malakpet Sakina, please don't annotate, ma. It will be difficult for you at later point to analyze, ma. Please don't do anything. Yes. Coming back, CPU is considered as the brain of the computer. It is also called as microprocessor. Sania Begum, you want me to remove from the list and boycott your classes? Don't annotate. Please look after. Yes, it is the fastest, and obviously upon jobi, whenever we are putting the money for the system, it is for CPU, because we have seen internal में क्या है माँ, पूरा power supply वहीं से हो रहा है. If you could see, yes or no? Yes, as we have seen, this is what we call it as a system unit or CPU chip. Yes or no? So CPU में पूरा है ना, like system board, memory, the power supply, hard disk, ports, slots, add-in boards, motherboard, etc. Whatever are there are like for the system to run, it's entirely the CPU. Yes or no? Starting from the power supply till whatever we are doing, then don't you think it is the CPU? Yes or no? Yes. So it is the fastest and the costly unit of the computer system, where all the major calculations and comparisons are made inside the CPU. Okay. So what is happening here? Yes, CPU converts all the supplied input into required output. Yes, all the input, all the supplied input into required output. Girls, I hope you are all understanding, as per the instructions supplied by the user. Okay, now there is one important point for all of us to remember. ये ना बेटा अभी जो बोल रहे हैं याद रखो आप, because some or the other will be coming across these things. Okay, जैसा कि C में for loop रहने दो, C++ में कुछ तो भी रहने दो. What do you say? This term what I'm explaining will be important for you. Yes. Now what is the term is, a CPU में ना, before even going to RAM, ROM or etc., you have a concept called as registers. Okay. Within CPU, there exists a temporary storage location which you call it as registers. Registers, why we use is, now, for example, I'm doing some calculations immediately, where instead of going exactly deeper into the memory, क्या होता है which I am using frequently for processing, for speeding up the process of the instructions. At times the data will be stored in CPU registers. Okay, like depending on the configuration of the system, there will be 16-bit registers or 32-bit registers or 64-bit also. Okay, so for faster data processing, before even going into the memory, the data will be stored in a CPU slot. You call them as registers. Okay, I'll repeat, girls. Within CPU, there exists a temporary storage location which you call it as registers. These registers are used for storing smaller data up to 64 bits. As I said, registers will be used for transfer of data supply to processor for processing. I repeat, girls, registers will be used for faster data supply to the processor for processing. The number, size, and capacity of registers in a CPU can affect the processing power. Yes, again, it depends on the system, whether they are, as I said, 16-bit registers or 32-bit registers or 64-bit registers. I repeat, girls, within CPU, there exists a temporary storage location, which you call it as registers, and they are used for storage of smaller data, and they are primarily used for faster data supply to the processor for processing. Okay, the number, the size, and the capacity of the register in a CPU may vary or differ, or they can even affect the processing power of the computer. Girls, am I clear? Girls, I have unmuted. I have given you the option. Please. Are you all understanding, ma? Let me know, please. Am I clear, girls? Yes, I'm waiting for your response, all of you.
Yes, ma'am.
Girls, all of you? Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Any doubts?
No, ma'am.
No.
Sure. What is a register? Yes.
Yes.
A temporary storage location, you call it as registers. Okay. And they are very smaller, like smaller data could be stored. Why? For jaisa ki hum bole thoda bhi, I have to do some sort of calculations, like hardly some sort of calculations immediately one after the other, and these registers, no ma, we don't know whether they are empty or not also, apne ko nahi malum. Agar empty hai to data will be taken into that registers, otherwise the data will be going to the storage devices. We don't know internally what is happening, but if they are free, if the registers are free, then whatever the data is being given for faster processing, they are stored in CPU registers if they are free. Agar whatever the registers are busy na, like busy means occupied by some other things, then whatever the data is there, that will be taken into normal storage. Okay, I hope I am to you all.
Ma'am, ALU.
Arithmetic and logical unit. Arithmetic and logical unit.
CPU is also known as
Brain of the computer, microprocessor.
microprocessor. Okay.
Yeah.
Ma'am, registers can be called as internal storage of the computer except RAM.
You can.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. See, could see here description about control unit, which I have said. So the control unit helps in the functioning of the CPU. Okay, so and also the whole computer. Yes, अगर CPU को help कर रहा है तो obviously CPU is the brain of the computer, which you call it as a microprocessor. So from the CPU to all the units monitoring or looking after is done by the control unit, which you can call it as a supervisor or a monitor. So what does the control unit do? It fetches बोले तो लाता है, simultaneously transfers, gives again. Yes or no? Like see, fetches data from where it is taking, either the keyboard, mouse, or joystick, or whatever fetching is taking, and after processing, it will give to the processor, and after processing, if any sort of errors or any sort of thing is said back to us, yes or no, or after processing perfectly, it will give us the output. So fetches and transfers simultaneously, leta bhi, deta bhi. Yes or no? So it fetches and transfers the required instructions to and from the main memory, and then sends them for arithmetic logic unit for further processing. So जैसा कि monitors क्या करते, one after the other. Yes or no? You have seen all this across. You told na R register store small data. Okay, so yes, control unit, what I'm explaining, what does it do? It fetches the required instructions and it transfers the required instructions to and from the main memory. Yes, and moreover, it then sends them to arithmetic logic unit for processing. And it also controls the instructions or the execution of instructions in a sequential order. You could call it as, it works as a central nervous system of the computer. And control unit का क्या मतलब है? It checks that and it ensures that the data reaches the correct place at the correct time. Yes or no? उसका control unit का ये मतलब होता है ना, which is controlling. If it is controlling, it needs entire power to be its in hands. कंट्रोल बोलते कहाँ से शुरू होता, फ्रॉम द स्टार्टिंग टू द एंड एवरीथिंग इज टेकन केयर. दैट इज व्हाट यू कॉल इट एज अ सुपरवाइजर और अ मॉनिटर. yes or no? सुपरवाइजर किसको बोलता है? You most of you know what is the English meaning of supervisor. Yes, who controls everything and everyone from the beginning to the end. Here who is the supervisor? Control unit. Yes, then if it is a supervisor, then it will, what does it do? It ensures that the data reaches the correct place at the correct time in a correct format. Yes, and in brief, the control unit acts as a monitor that tells the computer what to do, when to do, and how to do. I repeat, girls, the control unit acts as a monitor that tells the other components. Other components kiska? Computer ka. Other peripheral devices, what you call. Other components, what to do, how to do, and when to do. Is it clear, ma? Yes, arithmetic logic unit, nothing to explain. Like calculations of the computer, arithmetic, as I said, addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and logical comparisons or decisions. Yes. So, under the control of the control unit, like this ALU works under the control of control unit. The data and instructions are stored in the primary storage, then to the ALU for processing. So as we have discussed, at times it is categorized as AU and LU. AU performs arithmetic and LU performs logical operations. So ALU has this one again to be remembered. Internally, two temporary registers will be there within ALU, into which the incoming data from the memory is loaded and then operated inside ALU. I repeat, girls, ALU internally has two temporary registers through which the incoming data from the memory, whatever the memory is sending, as I said, पहले input देते ही memory होता है, तो memory से ALU में जाता है, where for the ALU to get the information, to store the information, there will be two temporary registers and then operated. Am I clear, girls? Yes, I think we have done with control unit, ALU, CPU, input unit. Yes, ma, what has to be repeated, Masrat? Arithmetic unit, it consists of AU and LU, arithmetic unit and logical unit. Arithmetic operations, addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and logical operations, comparisons and decisions. Yes? And under the control of, under the supervision of control unit, even ALU works. Yes, and whatever the calculations are there and final results are sent to the main memory. Okay, so I think you are confused with the last point. See, girls, whenever I'm giving input, okay, I'm explaining. Now you listen it carefully. हम बोले ना, like whenever the input is taken, it is stored in the storage device, then control unit, then ALU. What is happening here is ALU itself, okay, has some two temporary registers. अब स्टोरेज में है बेटा, स्टोरेज से छोड़ के अरिथमेटिक यूनिट इज द वन. अब समझो, आई एम गिविंग 2 + 3. That 2 + 3 has to be stored, yes or no? Yes. Now I am taking, yesterday it is as 25 degrees centigrade, today is some 12 degrees centigrade or something. Yes, stop annotating that. When there are such things, क्या हो रहा है यहाँ पे? Apart from storage, like ALU itself has temporary registers for storing the data. I hope you are all understanding. Listen carefully. ALU has internally two temporary registers into which the incoming data from memory से ही आता ना, so memory से जब आ रहा है, then some information, like where the two registers of the ALU, whatever they have to do, जैसा कि 2 + 3, 42 into 46 or 46 divided by 99, something which we are doing, yes or no? For example, I'm telling. So whatever the incoming data from the memory is loaded and then it is operated. Girls, AU में calculations होते बोल रहे, AU में LU में, ALU में calculations होते. This calculations could be arithmetic or logical, yes or no? When I'm saying so that these calculations could be arithmetic or logical, what is happening? वो जो calculations के लिए चाहिए data ALU में भी store होता है, where there will be internally two temporary registers. Are you following? Who is that who is doing all this? Huh? Yes, girls, have you understood now? Yes, I have unmuted. You can ask doubts, ma. Am I clear?
Yes, ma'am, clear.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am, cleared.
Sure, all of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Still
ma'am.
any doubts, ma? All of you, all the participants, am I clear, ma?
Yes,
Juwaria
ma'am.
Rahin,
Yes, ma'am.
Husna Hussein, Lubna,
Cleared,
we
ma'am.
are, all
Yes.
of you. With
Yes,
tomorrow, one revision again, we will go through the class. Good morning, Pavani ma'am. Ma'am has joined. Let ma'am continue.
Ma'am, attendance.
Yeah, I'm taking, ma. That's what. Yeah, Malakpet girls, please raise your hands, ma. Uzma, any doubts? Uzma Zubeda,
No, ma'am.
Aisha Halima,
Present,
Shalibanda girls. Yeah, you are present, ma. That is the reason I can call you out. I'm not speaking about attendance. Are you the Shalibanda girls? Are you able to understand better?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Or are you facing any difficulty? Please let me know.
No, ma'am.
Azima Begum has joined now. I don't know why. Yes, Azima Begum. Azima Begum. What made you join now? Azima Begum from Shalibanda. Respond. Azima, if you don't respond, I'll not allow you next time onwards.
मैम
Hmm.
ALU समझ में आ गया लेकिन CPU समझ में नहीं आया.
I'll explain tomorrow, ma. Don't worry. CPU stands for Central Processing Unit, ma. Central Processing Unit. जो कैबिनेट है ना उसमें ना ये पूरे रहते हैं. CPU consists of storage unit, okay? It consists of control unit. अगर CPU है तो इसका मतलब है CPU के अंदर क्या है बच्चे? It's like your storage devices or storage unit, control unit, and ALU, arithmetic and logical unit. So CPU, inside the CPU, these all make a CPU, central processing unit. Agar if one of the things is also missing, you cannot expect the system to run. I'll explain in detail. Like it is called as the brain of the computer. Okay, I'll explain tomorrow once again.
Ma'am, yes ma'am. Okay ma'am.
Okay.
I'll explain tomorrow. Okay, don't worry, and I'll give the notes also. Now you please don't keep on saying first slide, second slide, which I'll go through again tomorrow. The same things. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
A quick revision and we'll continue. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, girls. Yes, I said Azima of Shalibanda. Is she there?
Ma'am, leave automatically, ma'am.
Amma?
Automatically leave, ma'am. Network problem.
Who is speaking now?
Ma'am, I am Azima.
Net ka
Network
problem hai.
problem. Yes, ma'am.
Make it properly, okay, ma?
Okay, ma'am.
I should not see this one again. You have joined at 10 o'clock, right?
No, ma'am. 9 o'clock join.
Okay.
Leave automatically, ma'am.
Okay. Rectify your network, okay, as soon as possible.
Okay, ma'am.
Yes. Pavani ma'am, good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
I'm leaving, ma'am. Like you can carry. Sorry for the delay, ma'am.
No problem, ma'am.